We do have one public presentation, so I would ask Mr. James Young if he'd like to come up. And Mr. Young, if you'll be sure the green light is on, and state your name and address for the record, you have 3 minutes to address the board.
Yeah, my name is James Young. My daughter is Kayla Young. She recently went to Yulee Primary, and I just don't understand why this aide is still working there when you have an adult eyewitness that's come up there, told you what's going on, and then not just that, the bus aide problem. You have a video of my daughter being abused, and then y'all put her on suspender without pay. She's still on payroll. I just want to know what's going on with all this. I'm sure y'all have kids. I just want to know what's going to happen with this. Everybody tells us, go to court, sue y'all, all this. I don't want to do that. I just want what's done. Do it the right way. I went to all these schools in Nassau County, and y'all did right by me. It's just ridiculous. When's enough? And y'all move her to the aide Stephanie that's at Yulee Primary, y'all just move her to another class. So now those kids have to worry about it.
Dr. Burns, would you like to comment?
Mr. Young, I did call you again today.
Yes, ma'am. I was busy. I didn't get back to you.
Yes, sir, and I'll be happy to talk to you again. We do have to follow a due process, but I'll be happy to talk to you again. Call you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Robin, any other public presentations this evening? We'll move to the superintendent's comments. Dr. Burns, by the way, welcome to your first official board meeting.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if you will look at superintendent comments, and if you will click on the first document under superintendent comments. I'm sorry? It's not going to come up on your board docs? Well, I was hoping everyone could see it. So I wanted to start off these comments this evening with some positives. We're going to try to continue to do this. We have a lot of interesting news in the last few weeks, but there are a lot of great things going on in Nassau County School District. So you will see that Dr. Lauren Jones, who's our food service director, has been awarded the Young Lion Award for professionals 40 or under who are doing great things, and she is doing great things with our food service department here in Nassau County. So I wanted to recognize her for that great work. She's out of town at a conference today, but good things are happening in food service. If you hadn't had a chance to visit food service, take a stop by. And one of the things they comment in the announcement about her is you can find her weighing lettuce, working with the cafeteria ladies in the cafeteria, or meeting with a local farmer. And you all remember about a year and a half ago, we had a presentation on the aquaponics program in Hilliard. Yes. Well, she works with them to purchase lettuce for our cafeterias through that program. So that's a good thing. But she's doing great things in food service, and I'm sure you're going to hear more in the days ahead about our grab and grub food trucks.
I've seen it.
And if you click on the next one, you'll see that 2 of our administrators have received the Governor's Shine Award that is presented to teachers and administrators who make significant contributions to the field of education. Ms. Tasha Drake, Yulee High School, and Ms. Rebecca Smith at Southside Elementary School. So I wanted to start off with those comments and that information today and share with you some of the good things that are happening.
Thank you, Dr. Burns.
So I will move on to. I have some more good news to share, as a matter of fact. So let me pass these down. And this is our third FEFP calculation, and you can certainly read that, and if you have any questions, you can talk with Ms. Sue Farmer. But The best news is that the third calculation resulted in an increase in dollars for the district. So you'll see that's a little over $1 million, and we received an additional $26,000 for prior year adjustments. So that's some good news to report. And the next item I have to share, and this certainly is credit to Dr. Ruiz and his hard work, but we did meet class size as well.
Very nice.
And to give you a little update on our land activity for the property in Fernandina Beach, they had a first reading of our request to close that part of Gum Street for the sale, and it was tabled at that time. So it'll come back again on January the 3rd. So we'll update you on that as well. Just a reminder that we have to have ethics training before the end of the year. And one more thing, in our continuing education for the school board, we talked about having informational meeting. We had Joy Frank here on the role of the school board, and so we're looking to have our next training concerning finance sometime in the new year. If that's good with you, we'll share some dates and times on that.
I had a question about that, Dr. Burns. So as part of the SACS report, we were required to report back how we were going to amend this particular issue of the training of the board. When will that happen? Is it one report that gets submitted? Do you know what I'm...
Now, I thought we just had to document our training and have that ready for them for their review.
I may have misunderstood.
And that's what we're doing now.
Okay.
And any additional training you have that you would like to share, we're maintaining those files here.
Thank you,
as
Dr.
well.
Burns.
And finally, I have a note from Dr. Ruiz that I'll pass down to the school board members, a thank you note from him that I wanted to share with you all. And that is all, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Burns. Comments? Mr. Petrie, I'd like to welcome you to your first official school board meeting.
Thank you
Any
very
comments
much.
this evening?
Thank you very much. Yes, Madam Chair. I'd like to thank everyone who supported me during my campaign, and I also am really looking forward to being a asset to this school district and help be a voice to the families and for the families and the students in District 5 and as well as around the county. We had a really good legislative priorities meeting on Monday, and we're moving in the right direction, and I look forward to working for you, the people of Nassau County. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Fahlgren?
Yes. I'd just like to say that I appreciate you, Dad, coming and speaking to us, and I guess I'm just a little overwhelmed that I can see the hurt on your face and how you came and shared, and then we keep clicking along. So I just want you to know that I am terribly sorry for what you have experienced, and I do feel for you. So I don't want you to think that it doesn't affect us, and that we do care. And so I know that's not much to help your feelings, but I could just see that on your face that you're hurting, and I don't want you to think that we don't care by moving along with the meeting. So I wanted to tell you that. I would like to add for the next meeting, for discussion topics for the agenda, for us to relook at the AP class structure. We've talked about that a few times, as well as the advanced mathematics offerings that we're going to be looking at for next year. I'm still concerned about the equity in our math options on the west side of the county, specifically the balance for Hilliard High School for us to have access to some of those higher level classes. So I'd like for us to revisit that topic because I know we're looking at scheduling and allocations and all of that for next year. So if we could add that for the next meeting, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Fahlgren. And Mr. Young, please know, it's not that none of us care. We have had endless conversations about this issue, and we just can't comment in a public forum right now. But please know that this is not being ignored, and that Dr. Burns is following policy and is doing everything in her power.
There definitely needs to be some action. I mean, it's been going on for a while, and it's not just mine. Our daughter is
I-
no one has contacted any of us, especially not contacted her.
Excuse me, ma'am. I would turn to our attorney.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's an ongoing investigation, and if these two ladies have something which they think they should discuss, I think they should set up an appointment with Dr. Burns, and any information you have will certainly be considered in the course of an investigation.
I tried to do that with Dr. Lewis, though, when he was superintendent, and when I couldn't get a hold of him at any point in time, I called Dr. Burns once, and she told me, pretty much she answered because it was my place of employment, and I hope that's not how this is going to further out. I've been shut out by everybody. I've had to make contact with everybody, and you told me just to keep calling the superintendent. At that point, when nobody answers the phone and nobody returns your calls, who do you call next?
Ma'am, I don't even know your name. What is your name?
Stephanie Jervis.
Stephanie? Well, Stephanie, we can speak afterwards. I mean, you're making representations that people are not answering your calls. Typically, in my dealings with the school board over the last 12 years, if there is an individual who needs to speak with the superintendent and or a staff member, I have never had a situation in which they have been denied that opportunity. So I don't know exactly what's going on specific to your situation, but I'll certainly speak with you to see and to make sure you get directed to the right person who would you like to speak to.
Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me just say this. You called me and I returned your call prior to me becoming the superintendent, and I gave you the superintendent's number to call.
I'm going to ask that we...
Thank you.
I'm going to ask that one person speaks at a time. Thank you, Dr. Burns. And if you'll stay after and speak with Mr. Hackett, please, it would be appreciated.
Can I just ask, is the alleged is still currently employed at Ely Primary School? Am I allowed to ask that? So they're still
Can you
in
answer
a
that?
different classroom?
I'm sorry.
Is it a classroom?
Just
Sorry.
a moment. They're trying to see if we can speak about
Would you
that in
restate the
public.
question, please?
Is the alleged aide still at Ely Primary School?
No, ma'am.
Is it a different classroom?
No, ma'am.
Not at Ely Primary?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we'll move to Mr. Dionis. Do you have any comments this evening?
Just to, Madam Chairman, I want to welcome Mr. Petrie to the board, and thank you, Ms. Martin, for taking over or continuing your efforts as our chairman, and Ms. Cook that's not had to leave early as vice chairman. And congratulations,
Thank you, Mr. Dionis.
Dr. Burns, on your new position. And
Thank you.
that's all I have. Thank you.
And I don't have anything this evening. I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, and we will see you in January. This meeting is adjourned. Oh, Mr. Hackett, did you have any comments?
I have no comments.
Okay.
Happy holidays.